back in your life like you're like a race car owner who's trying to race for the win, but he crashes his own teammate, aka the car that he owns. I had something better for that, but I completely fucked it up. This is the Educated Ignorance Podcast on the For Frequency Sake Podcast Network. There's no better gimmick than when you're getting counted down, ready to go live, and you're sitting here trying to remember what the fuck was I gonna say when the show started. Oh, fun times. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's Monday night. It's our second Monday night show in 4 weeks. This is what's called accountability, ladies and gentlemen. Uh Nick Brink's making me a better podcast creator because now I've done two Sunday shows by myself. Got a little ranty last night. It was fun, but we're here and we're ready to have some good times as my good friend Nick has rejoined us. You're not in Kansas anymore, Brinksy. Welcome home, my friend. How are you doing?
I made it through turn 4 better than Bubba Wallace yesterday. We made it home just in time for overtime last night. So yeah, I went to the NASCAR races this weekend down in Kansas City, and didn't watch a lick of football yesterday. I was following online during pre-race, especially, and cautions. I would check on the fantasy teams and things like that. So I was keeping tabs on how the games were going throughout the day, and I thought, follow a few of the little parlays that I put together, like my Chargers, Lions, Bills, money line. They can't lose. Oh yeah, the Chargers, they lost. But yeah, no, it was good. We had fun. Weather was good. We found plenty of shade to stay cool throughout the race, and we're ready to get her done tonight.
Hey, what a time to be alive. Who made it through turn 4 better yesterday? Bubba Wallace or Dorothy back in the whatever year that movie was made?
Chase Elliott, I'd say he got
Chase
through that.
Elliott. Unreal. It really could be his year. The most Mickey Mouse season ever, because if you look at regular style points, he would be up there. But his two wins have come out of literal nowhere.
Yeah. And I was kicking myself over that one because I wasn't 100% sure what the sports betting was like in Kansas. Obviously, up here in Iowa, I can make all the bets I want. But I wasn't sure if I needed to get all my bets in before I went down there. So I did make a few before I left. And Chase Elliott was a guy I'm like, he was really good here in the spring, had a bad pit stop. I think he's somebody I should look at. I never bit the bullet, didn't put it down. Wish I did. I did have Bubba though, so that didn't work out. I thought it was going to, and then it did, and then it didn't. So yeah, it was. He was consistent all day. He was probably top 5, literally all day. Fastest of the Hendrick cars, honestly. I think he was ahead of Larson even most of the day, outside of when Larson got up to like second.
Yeah, on that like second to last green flag stint.
Yeah. But no, it was a fun race. It was entertaining. It was a good finish. Weather was good.
That track doesn't really miss anymore.
It checked most of the boxes I needed.
A couple comments in our Facebook comment section. Our good friend Danny Hancock saying, Joe, did you bring the turkey to dinner? I don't get it. I don't get the gimmick. I don't get the joke. Should I get the joke? And then DJ, I get this joke. He says, can we send Brinks to the area the Chiefs are playing every week?
I was going to say, the race and the game got done at very similar times within like a half hour of each other. And I was like, I'm hoping this traffic isn't a total bitch getting out of here. But we were able to get through, and we didn't stop until we got north of Kansas City to go get gas and eat and stuff. I'm like, I don't want to give a chance for traffic to catch up to me. We got out of there and saw a lot of happy Chiefs fans when we stopped for supper.
I'm trying to see what's the distance between Arrowhead and Kansas Speedway, and it's only a half hour. So yeah, definitely intertwining.
We stayed in a hotel that was north of downtown. We drove past the skyline of the downtown skyscrapers ish that Kansas City has. That weird, I don't know, really pointy bridge with all the little spires going up. And
All
like
that's on the
triangles.
Missouri side, though, right?
Yeah, that's on the Missouri side. But yeah, we went into Missouri for our hotel,
Huh.
and so I don't know how close we got to Arrowhead in our drive to the hotel and back, but yeah, it was a nice like 25-minute drive. It wasn't bad at all.
Our tribal chief is now on the YouTubes. He said, "Did you go to Zaxby's?"
I did not. I did not know that he had an affinity for Zaxby's. To me, Zaxby's just reminds me of John West Townley, the former NASCAR driver whose family owns Zaxby's.
Wow, I didn't realize that's where you were going with that.
Yeah, that's the only thing I know about Zaxby's. I've never had it. I know they sell chicken. I didn't
Yeah,
know Kansas City has one.
I need like comment in the comments on whatever platform you're watching. Where does Zaxby's rank in the chicken hierarchy? Do a fast food chicken tenders Elite Eight in the comment section right now. Who wins? Where does I've heard Zaxby's is good, I think.
I would probably have to go somewhere in the area of God's Chicken itself, near number 1, Chick-fil-A. Probably up there for me. That's the chicken we get on the most regular basis. You cannot beat their efficient system of drive-through. It makes the chicken taste better because it didn't take very long to get it. They have such a system. Chick-fil-A should run anything that needs a fast process to get people in and out because they have it down to a T. My pleasure.
Oh, you said Chick-fil-A?
Chick-fil-A, yeah.
Yeah, their mac
Except
and
on
cheese
Sunday. The wait is a little long on Sundays.
a little bit. Shout out to the Lord.
Yeah, I sat there for 12 hours one day and nobody waited on me.
They were too busy hating on the. Never mind. Whoops.
And canceled.
Yeah. So people still love their chicken. Danny, I get the joke now, and Danny, if you're still watching, bing bong. DJ in the comments, our tribal chief, Chick-fil-A, Zaxby's, Cane's, DFL, McDonald's. What's DFL mean? Am I drunk?
DFL.
I don't know. DFS. He says, "Can I rank Quick Star?" Honestly, hell yeah, because Quick Star chicken, like which one's better, Quick Star or Quick Trip? Because I think the chicken is different depending on which one you go to.
I think Quick Star, because Quick Trip, those are like, I feel like those are somewhat small. Because
No,
I'm
Quick
thinking of
Trip
I'm,
is
I'm thinking of
huge.
I'm thinking of Quick Trip the QT. I think there's a Quick Trip with the K. Those are the same as Quick Star, just depending on where you are at.
Yeah.
I filled up yesterday at a Quick Trip, but it was the QT red.
That's the one I'm talking about.
Square. I'm pretty sure you're thinking of Quick Trip with a K.
No. So you're saying Quick Trip QT and Quick Star KS are the same?
Those are completely different.
That's what I'm saying, though. That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
Which
so
one's different? Which one's different? Because
Quick Star is the one that's building everywhere right now. Like they're building all these massive gas stations, and I think some of those are Quick Trips with the K, but those are not the ones you're talking about. You're saying?
Yeah. So Quick Star and Quick Trip. So Q and then the K. So KS and QT. I'm pretty sure I've had both, and both are elite. DFL means dead freaking last. McDonald's. That's fair. McDonald's chicken is mid. I only go there for their breakfast.
You do not buy McDonald's to eat good chicken. You get it. You eat because you're like, I don't want to eat a burger, and chicken will have to do.
We are so off the rails, but fuck it. Dude,
I do like a McChicken every now and then.
Do you eat Taco Bell at all?
I do.
I'm out here like Matthew Judon, body by Taco Bell. Just look at me. I'm wide. Bro, did you go there when they had the fried, like the chicken? They had the like crispy chicken.
Mm-mm.
Have you ever had the snack wrap from McDonald's?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so it's back now, I think, but It's like it was like a chicken tender in a tortilla with lettuce and ranch. That was the McDonald's version. Taco Bell made their own version of it and it ripped. But
Hmm.
the problem with Taco Bell is they put these new menu items on the menu. They put these new items on the menu, and then all of a sudden they like only are on there for like 90 days tops. Like they just recently had these like chicken chalupa cheese thingamajigs. They were incredible, and then they were gone. I was like, what the hell, bro? Okay, makes sense because he's right. Quick Trip is Quick Star in Wisconsin, but no, there is a. I think the
Yeah,
one I'm
so the
probably thinking of though.
the QT is the one that's just kind of all off by itself.
Yeah, that's different. I think
That's
those
yeah.
are way bigger down south. I think.
But there definitely are some around where I'm at.
Hmm.
I know there's one in like Ankeny, and we stopped. That's actually where we stopped yesterday to get gas on the way back. But they're just like your run in the mill, just little gas stations for the most part. Like they're not these behemoths that Quick Stars and Quick Trips with the K have become of late.
The street chalupas. That's what DJ just said. I had those from Taco Bell, bro. They ripped, but they don't. But anywho, the snack wrap. I can't believe you've never had a snack wrap. That's because Taco Bell did the snack wrap, but like 10 times better. It was so good. Anywho, we are off the rails. I'm gonna be hungry. I'm gonna get hungry again, even though I cooked a steak tonight that was just dynamite. Made me not even regret the fact that I watched. Listen, just completely honest here. I know we talk about watching the games and being a part of the games, but your boy might have watched less than 15 total snaps of the two games tonight because I have no vested interest in paying attention to either one and either four of those teams when in games like tonight. But I followed along enough, and I do want your opinion on Miami. And I know enough of what happened to be able to kind of just have vast discussions about it. Um, Unfortunately, one of the things I had to watch was the Tyreek Hill thing, which sucks. Before we do go any further, do you have any other food takes before I read some notes here real quick?
My allegiance to food is typically based 100% on price over quality, if that says anything about me. If I can get a good deal on it, it tastes pretty damn good. If it's expensive, ooh, I don't know about that. I don't know about that, Joe.
What's your perfect like price quality match though? Because sometimes you gotta, sometimes I think it's okay to live in the middle. Like if you're paying a little bit, but that's awesome. I feel like
Right.
sometimes it's better
Right
than
now,
paying dirt cheap and terrible. That's just me.
my sweet spot right now, and with apps, there are a lot of options, but
Hmm.
$7. That's my sweet spot right now. I can get a foot long at Subway for $7 with a coupon on the app. I can get the Lux Craving Box at Taco Bell for $7. You get a shit ton of food in that thing. At McDonald's, if you have one of their coupons in their app, you can sometimes get a Big Mac combo for like $6, maybe or $7.
Big combo,
Good deal.
big coupon.
I'm a big coupon guy. I'm a big app guy.
Big coupons guy.
Coupons.
Coupons.
Let's see. Who else do I have occasionally?
Shout
Taco
out to
John's. They've got a nice $5 and $7 deal on their app.
There was a Taco John's down like about 10 minutes from where I live. Not even 10 minutes, but it got Dunskied, and it's about to be this place called Eat Something's Chicken, and I'm kind of ecstatic for it because I saw the inside of it and it looks lit.
Nice.
Enzo's Chicken. I don't know who. There's this like place in downtown Moline here called Harold's Chicken, and it's like incredibly Chicago based. And I went there. Unfortunately, the wait was long, which is what it is. I kind of understand it to a degree, but the food was pretty dope, even though the portions were a little small. And it was a bit pricey. But I'm intrigued to see what Enzo's Chicken is. We have a Dave's Hot Chicken across the river, but I've never gone to it. Um, uh, DJ, read the text that DJ sent us. Oh my goodness. Big guy. We all love his chicken. Taco John's, big beautiful tacos. John's a great guy. We love his taco. Okay, let's we're 16 minutes into this. We're off the absolute train rails. This
And
is
we've
what happens.
talked 0 seconds about football.
This is what happens when Brinks doesn't show up on Sunday nights.
Well, hey, before we do that,
Mhm.
speaking of Enzo's chicken, you know who did not get into the Enzo today? The
Oof.
Bengals.
Zinga!
Oof.
Got him.
What about that transition, Joe?
Oh, here's
No
a
chicken for these guys.
Now here's a segue that just that segue was so good you would think Patrick Mahomes did it, Mike. Jordan Love, I mean, Mike, Jordan Love's so good he can fuck off for 60 seconds and still have time left to tie the game. And Mike, I can't believe it. I want you to know that watching the last 60 seconds of that game last night was it was euphoric because the Packers picked up that first. You watched the entire overtime, you said, right?
I did. Yep.
Like the final 60 seconds was that entire set of downs. It was the first down. Diggs makes that incredible play when Dallas was not set. Second down was like a no gain. Third down is Jordan Love taking his sweet ass time and sparing 1 second because the Dallas clock operator should get fired. DJ says bring back Power Hour. What's Power Hour? I'm drunk. Well, I mean Power Hour is when you drink. I did a Power Hour the night before one of my best friend's weddings with we were toasted, but that was about 2 months ago, so that was fun. But you might be talking about a different Power Hour. I can't find where's the freaking. Here we go. Okay, so before we go any further, if you've enjoyed this stupid content we've been giving you, like on whatever platform you're watching on, please, we appreciate it. Tell a friend that we like Zaxby's. I've never had Zaxby's, so I shouldn't even say that. Tell a friend that Chick-fil-A is good, even though they're not open on Sundays. Even though they don't like certain colors in the rainbow. We're all here to have a good time. We just aren't here for a long time. Check out other shows. Card Subject Exchange, Bangs went out had this weekend. I think they had one. I think they dropped the Kick Out today, and yesterday they had they had another great show. They kill it every week. Sunday mornings is our big fantasy football show for fantasy's sake. We're killing it right now. We're reaching close to 100 episodes. That'll be coming up in the next month or so. So can't wait to show you guys the great things we have in store for that. Football Lounge coming out. I believe they'll drop their episode tomorrow. We got College Juice. We got the Golden Ticket Show. Weekend warm up. Nick, are you sitting down? You are sitting down. Buckle. I need you to buckle up. I need you to strap in.
Pull them belts tight. One more time.
Boogity boogity. We went 7-0 in $100 picks this weekend.
Ooh, baby.
Oh, baby. Bangers. It cashed once Dallas once Dallas received in overtime because we had Dallas plus 6.5. And once they got ball first, there was no way they were going to lose by 7. So once that hit last night.
You are feeling good.
Once that happened, I was sweating. I was like, "Oh God, there's only one way this loses, and it's if Green Bay gets ball first, goes down, scores, kicks the extra point, and then Dallas doesn't score. That's the only way this loses." And then once Dallas got the ball back, or once I knew Dallas was getting the ball first, I was like, "We're in. We've got this." Yeah, fun time. And honestly, none of the picks were in any danger. I mean, Oregon plus 3.5 went to double overtime. So there was a slight worry, but they controlled like 98% of that game, and then they won outright. Chiefs plus 2.5, LOL, outright on the field by $1 billion. TCU tried to screw the weekend up before it got started, but outside of that, we were smooth sailing. Beautiful stuff. In before this upcoming weekend, we go 0 and whatever. But regardless, we're going to bask in it. Anywho, let's get things going. So the Dolphins win over the Jets. I will say this: I went back and I kind of picked and chose where I was watching different points in this game. The Justin Fields touchdown run was really cool. Overall, though, he was bad. The Jets are very undisciplined. I want the Aaron Glenn regime to work in New York, even though we're supposed to be rivals. I want the Jets. I don't despise the Jets, especially when especially because the Dolphins suck and they're dead to me right now. So I don't know if the Aaron Glenn thing is actually working or not. The Dolphins get a win that they desperately needed, even though I don't think it'll mean much. Tyreek Hill, his career might be over, and that was sad. Darren Waller still exists. Jalen Waddle still can't catch more than 3 passes in a game. All that results in a Miami win. Nicholas, what say you on the festivities in Hard
Is
Rock?
that just a dagger to the heart that I needed for?
No, it's just a dagger.
Okay.
It was just a noting that Jalen Waddle. I mean, I didn't realize he had 3 catches until you mentioned it, but I just needed to. I said that because Jalen Waddle, even without Tyreek, still can't have a good game. It was fun when we all thought it was fun 2 years ago when Jalen Waddle was like a top 15 receiver, and then all of a sudden he's just been dead for 2 years. He's been on milk cartons for the last 26 months. Where do you want to start? Do you want to start with the Tyreek injury, or do you just want to start with do you want to start good and talk about the actual win first?
Let's talk about my good fortune for just a second. I've come on here before and we've talked about some bad beats, you know.
Uh-huh.
I made 2 bets before the game tonight. I did a parlay that came up one Waddle catch short, whatever. Not a bad beat, just needed a 4th catch. But what about a good beat? Because Braylon Allen should have scored the first touchdown tonight when he fumbled it at the half-yard line and then later sacrificed his knee, as Tyreek would later do as well. So I had no business being in play for first touchdown for a Darren Waller. But when he hauled it in to go up 10-0, this guy was pretty happy. And I thanked Braylon Allen. And then I think it was on the next play that he blew up his leg, if I'm not mistaken, on the kick return. So 25-1 Darren Waller first touchdown. That was my best win of the NFL season so far. I was very happy about that. So let's just say, as a Dolphins fan, we got started right tonight. First touchdown, first game as a Dolphin. Great start. I was happy. And they never trailed. They looked completely superior to the Jets in all facets tonight. I liked what I saw. Offense was pretty good overall. I feel like there were some I don't know if they were quite as on as I'd like them to be, but from what we've seen week 1 to now, I really didn't have too many complaints. That game was never really in doubt. Pretty much when they went up 10-0, it kind of felt like Miami was going to win this one pretty easily. And they didn't. I mean, yeah, sure, the Jets scored that touchdown and they came within an onside kick, I guess, of having a chance to win, but that one just never felt like it was ever in doubt. And as a Dolphins fan, you don't get very many of those.
No, not really. It's good to know, I guess, if you're a Dolphins fan, which I know you desperately are, and I portray sometimes. There's been better moments in my life when cheering for this dumb team. As someone who has a on again, off again relationship with the Dolphins, like I do, it's good to know that they aren't totally the worst team in the league. Like, they are not on the bottom tier in the NFL. They suck. They're very below average, but they don't totally suck, right? Like, I was worried after 2 games that they were truly, truly one of the 3 or 4 worst teams in the league, and I don't
Even
think
after they lost to the Patriots, you thought when they had a chance late and they pretty much went back and forth. I was disappointed. I
Yeah,
thought they should
because
have
I didn't
won,
think
but I didn't think, all right, this season's over. Honestly, after week 1, the fact that they won or they lost the next 2 games by less than what, a possession each game. I guess technically the Bills won by 2 possessions if I remember right. They did kick that field goal late or whatever. But
Mhm.
honestly, I was like, okay, you know what? Yeah, they're 0-3, but after how badly they played against the Colts, yeah, weeks 2 and 3, they played a lot better than I thought. So I don't think I had them like bottom of the barrel. And now after tonight and seeing some of the other teams out there, yeah, I don't have them in the bottom of the barrel. But you may,
No,
or you may have.
they're bottom third easily, but they're not bottom
Yeah,
like 5.
they've got work to do. Yeah, not bottom, not completely bottom of the barrel.
Uh, they're in that like they're like on the little level right above the bottom of the barrel, which is fine. Sometimes people need to fill that level to make everything sturdy. Um, Tyreek Hill's career might have ended tonight. Now they're saying it's a dislocated kneecap or a dislocated knee, which could be better than an actual broken leg. I think maybe
I would have to assume
because
it
when you
from
just
I mean the most initial reaction I saw was like maybe 6 to 8 weeks. Whereas if it's, an ACL or MCL tear or something, that's for sure season ending.
well, I thought it was like the bone was like his leg was throwing up gang signs.
It was, but
So I thought the bone like
apparently it was
shattered
just in the joint itself. Maybe they just twist it, pop it back in place, and give him some pills and let him play in 2 months.
instead of having
Hopefully,
to have like
yeah,
evasive surgery.
yeah.
Because initially when
If that is the case, that's definitely good news.
yeah, not just even for playing. I like what for sport for a guy like him, where he's at his career and what his game is predicated on. Like, if he actually had a legitimate leg break like that, his career is like probably close to over. So
Was it
that's
a hip,
what.
was it a hip drop tackle?
No, it
Okay,
was. He
it
got
was,
he
to me it looked close. I couldn't quite tell.
maybe, but like he caught it, and they just kind of he. It was a gator roll, and there I think that's a different. There's a difference in that. So he got gator rolled, and his leg just kind of got twisted up. Man, that's just the sport sometimes. It sucks. Really does, but I just hope that he's actually okay. And that the injury's not as bad as it seems. If he somehow was able to play again this year, that'd be cool just because I wouldn't want his career to end the way like that. But that sucked for sure to see that.
He sure seemed at peace with it as he was riding off on the cart. I'm like, I know he's not happy, obviously, but he sure looked happier than I would be if my leg was busted.
I think some athletes have a really good job of
I would be crying like a little bitch.
the I think some athletes have a really good job of like accepting the moment in certain spots. Like I remember last year when Chris Godwin like broke his ankle on Monday Night Football against the
In garbage
Ravens.
time when he had no business breaking his
And
leg.
and he was on the cart, and you could see him tell the trainer like, "Guess we got to get back to work." And so like I just think athletes have a real calm and collected nerve in certain moments to just be able to accept things and be like, "All right, well, this is how I have to get over it." So, because you saw the little, I don't know if that was the head athletic trainer that he was riding on the gator with to the back, but they had a little moment there where the trainer had his arm around him and Tyreek was like kind of patting him on the leg. So that was nice to see. Uh, yeah, man. Hopefully he's good. Hopefully he's okay. In the long term, hopefully whatever they have to do to his leg, he's okay. From what I've seen, um, dislocated left knee. He's in the hospital right now. So um, the fact that that's it compared to actually like a compound fracture or like you know what I mean,
Yeah.
which is what I thought it was initially. Uh, that is really a good sight. So, uh, The Bengals are bad.
If you're the Bengals, you've obviously got talent on the team on the offensive side of the ball.
They certainly have talent wasting away in my fantasy starting lineup. Shout out to two of my top 3 picks.
How can you go forward with Jake Browning right now? Like when he came in week 2 and won, he won despite throwing 3 interceptions. Cool, that's great. Good for him. But after the last 2 weeks, I think we've seen his ceiling in this situation. If you can't get the ball to Jamar Chase and T. Higgins and Chase Brown, I mean, out of the backfield, like if you're the Bengals today, I feel like you have to be on the phone. You've got to give they're 2-2, they're second in the division. It's not like they're 0-4 and they're ready to throw the season away. Bring somebody in just to see what happens.
Especially now knowing that the Ravens could be the Ravens after yesterday are first ballot team from they are a top tier candidate for this year's team from hell. Did you get any notes from Baltimore yesterday or from that game? So let me break it down.
I saw that Lamar was questionable. That's about it.
He was questioned. So here's a Spark Notes version. Ravens go into the game missing 4 starters on their defensive side of the football. They go down and score the game's first touchdown. Lamar looks good. Derrick Henry looks good. After that, the Chiefs put it in absolute overdrive, kick some field goals. Lamar has some dumbass turnovers. Chiefs go up a score. The Ravens don't convert on a 4th down in their own territory. Chiefs go up 20-7. Chiefs start to put it on them. During that time, the Ravens lose 3 more starters. So if you can do math, that is now 7 defensive starters that are seriously hurt. The Chiefs go up 37-13. Lamar Jackson taps out. They sit him in the 4th quarter, down 37-13 with 13 minutes left. So they waving the white flag. So Lamar taps out.
So was he not hurt at all?
They came out and said he had a hamstring injury. I went on a big rant yesterday that was me saying this is why I don't trust you, and all of a sudden you're getting your ass beat and you tap out. If he actually isn't on the injury report next week, then it confirms everything I think, which is that they just took him out of the game because they were getting their ass whipped. So he might be hurt though. Who knows? I hope he isn't, but I hope also in a sense that he is, because if he isn't, it makes yesterday's move to just stop playing look very bad. And so they lose 37-20. They get a garbage time touchdown late. And then today, Justin Madubuike, their former All-Pro defensive lineman, is officially ruled out for the year with a neck injury. Their other 6 guys on the defensive side that are hurt are questionable / doubtful, but a couple of them got carted off yesterday. Not super bad, but somewhere between bad to medium. Madubuike one was the worst. He was kind of week to week, but now he's officially done for the year. So the Ravens are in a disaster. So the Ravens could be the year from hell team. Cincinnati, as you said, they're 2-2. And quick news flash, my friend, the Jake Browning magic glow sticks from 2 years ago, those ran out. Those won't turn on anymore. We gotta call for a new Jake Browning, because the Jake Browning at home isn't working anymore. I unplugged it and I plugged it back in, and it still won't turn on. You're right. With the AFC right now stinks. It's bad. And this division is wide ass open if Baltimore sucks, because I don't think the Steelers are that good. Yesterday they looked good, but I don't think they're that good. And if there actually is a world where Burrow can come back when we get to December, you owe it to your roster. You owe it to everyone to try to upgrade the position. You just do, because you can't keep doing this. I understand the offensive line is bad and there's certain things that aren't working, but you can't keep trotting Browning out there because right now he's unplayable. I don't know what it is. I don't know if him being bad against the Jags like zapped his confidence. And then you add on to that last week when they got blitzed, literally and figuratively, And then tonight they got blitzed, literally and figuratively. Like they didn't take a snap. I heard Joe Buck at the end say they didn't take a snap in opposing territory after their first drive all game. Browning's unplayable. Like go out, you have to go try to get Russell Wilson, even though he's terrible. Jameis Winston would be fun. I don't know what other quarterbacks are out there for you to try to go poach, but you have to try something. You just have to, especially if you think there's a 1% chance that Burrow can come back in December. You have to try something to give yourself a chance. You have too many good players not to do so. In all honesty, the coach especially should be begging for it because I think his job's on the line. Don't you think?
I think Joe Burrow already has the MVP locked up. Not even playing, just watching them play without him.
And it's crazy because the games he has played this year, he hasn't really played that well, but no shit.
They at least went 2-0 and he started.
That's a good point.
Hey, you know what? Kudos to Jake Browning. I checked the stats. He did not throw an interception today.
Good job, bud.
Good job.
Little wins in life. God, we need to go through like every roster in the league. Be like, whose quarterback do you want on the Cincinnati Bengals? Like it would never happen, but could you imagine like Bagent, the backup for the Bears on Cincinnati right now?
He wouldn't even have to move very far.
No. He's
like
all
a
right.
state and a half over.
All right. Hey, Cincinnati. Here's the deal. Bagent for Trey Hendrickson right now, 1-for-1. For the rest of the year only. And then or until Burrow comes back only. And then once you get Burrow back, we'll give you Hendrickson back for Bagent back. So it's like a double trade.
I'm guessing the trade window would be closed by then.
Yeah, but it's a little backroom deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me try to draw some shit up. We're all out here having fun. Okay. But anything you want to say on the Broncos? What a weird
offense. From what I didn't watch hardly any of this game, so I've only looked at stats. But looks like their offense ran the ball well, and Nix was able to throw the football tonight, so that was good. Good for them.
The dichotomy of the NFL. You win 28-3 against a team that was 2-1. Your second-year quarterback throws for 330 yards, and you are nowhere near the top story coming out of this game. Football, baby. Good for them, though. Good win. J.K. Dobbins, the first 100-yard rusher in a game for the Denver Broncos in 38 games. Whew. What a stat. Good for them. All right. Speaking of gimmicks, bad segue alert. I said I wanted to talk about a power ranking for desperation teams right now in the NFL. Who would your number one desperation team right now be in the National Football League? Is it Cincinnati or do you have someone higher?
Let me glance down the list of all teams and see if anybody beats them. Well, are the Ravens in that category?
I think they're absolutely
1 and 3.
They're absolutely in that category.
I would say AFC. It's got to be Bengals Ravens as the top two candidates. NFC side. Nobody jumps out to me on the NFC side.
I have one out of left field. Are you ready? It's not going to make sense, but let me land this plane. Desperation mode for the San Francisco 49ers, mainly because you're praying that you can just play one game where nobody gets hurt. Because you're averaging like multiple dudes taking IR trips per week. Like Nick Bosa's season's done. Kittle's still out. It's just a disaster. Every game, someone's dying. Purdy comes back. They lose yesterday to the Jags. They're 3-1, and they are 3 plays away from being 1-3. Although I don't really think of. I hate that I just said that because I hate when people do that. Man, get away from like that's the NFL, bud. Like, listen, winning a bunch of one-score games in a row, that's variance. But I guess in a sense, this was a bit some variance coming back in front of them because maybe they shouldn't have won the Cardinals game or the Seahawks game, or one they should have split those. I don't know. But yesterday they got turnover varianced to death, and now they play the Rams on Thursday night in LA. And the Rams got back on the caboose last night because did you see Adonai Mitchell, the Colts
Yeah.
receiver?
Yes, I did see
Yikes!
that highlight or low light.
Whoopsie daisy.
And from what I could tell, it wasn't one of those situations where he went to drop the ball, but he did it too early. He kind of hit it out on accident with his other hand, didn't he? Like he was almost
Okay,
to me, it almost looked like he was trying to extend it forward over the line, and like his other hand or something bumped it.
so it did
He
look like
certainly was
initially he
careless with the
was.
ball, but it didn't look like one of those deals where they want to cross the line and then drop it instantly. I don't know if I've ever seen one quite like this.
I've never seen it like that. I've always seen the guy drop it. So here's he looked like he was about to showboat going into the end zone, holding the ball up like this, like with one hand. But it also looked like because he was dodging two guys down the sideline, it looked like he was kind of like maneuvering, and then the ball just kind of flopped out. I don't know, but it was still very bad, and he deserves to get beat up a little bit because he also Jonathan Taylor had a go-ahead 50-yard touchdown run with 2 minutes left called back because of a hold by guess who? Adonai Mitchell. Major yikes.
Yikes.
Okay. Any other? Do you have just from gazing on the scene of football yesterday? Do you have any notes or things that you want to get off your chest?
Let's see. It continues to be great offense for whoever plays the Cowboys defense. That trope continues. Didn't result in a win for the Packers, but
It didn't result in a loss.
it didn't. Let's see. It looked like the Saints kept things competitive with the Bills. That was kind of surprising, but then kind of not. Just you figure in the NFL when they're that big of a favorite, something crazy is going to happen.
I was a little shocked. I thought the Bills. So you know how the Bills have their annual. They always have their annual September championship. This spoiler alert, they're going to be number 1 on the Elite 8 tomorrow. Congratulations, Bills, on your 4th straight September championship. I mean, honestly, nobody does it like the Buffalo Bills.
And honestly, the way the AFC shakes out right now, to me, they feel like the clear best team in the AFC. Like before the season, you could have said, "Oh yeah, Baltimore can probably push them. KC's probably in the mix as usual," and that's probably it. I don't think anybody really anticipated anybody else being the team to push the Bills this year. But right now, I feel like the Bills are in their own zip code overall in the AFC. Like it'll be a battle for second while they win the conference by 3 games or whatever. They'll have it locked. They'll have the 1 seed locked up with multiple weeks left. That would be my prediction here in week 4.
Yesterday made me think, though, that the Chiefs still have a lot of shit to them. We're going to learn more.
Certainly have more in the tank than I would have liked to see.
Here's the thing. Here's the glorious part about the NFL, my friend. We learn on a week-to-week basis because guess what the next 2 games the Kansas City Chiefs play are? Next Monday night against the Jags, and then the following Sunday night at home against the Detroit Lions. We're going to know pretty damn fast if this Chiefs team has the gumption that we think they do. Because the Jags are good. They're legit good. And the Lions are legit awesome. So that is going to be that is going to be something. And so, yeah, we're going to continue to learn about the Chiefs.
I think the Lions have proven that there were some week one overreactions of how far they have fallen here this year. I think they have quickly catapulted themselves right back into Super Bowl favorites, Super Bowl contender territory.
Last week or week one for Detroit was by far the biggest overreaction, over dramatic, worst game spot you could be in. And they just got avalanched. Shit happens. I have full faith in them. They got to stay fucking healthy on defense, for the love of God. They had 2 guys go out yesterday, and it's like, dude, please be normal. Stay healthy on defense. But yeah.
The Super Bowl that America deserves is Buffalo and Detroit.
It would be fun.
It should have happened last year. I think it should happen this year. If that is the Super Bowl, chalk me up for it's going to be a damn good game. Sure as hell ain't going to see someone pissing it down their leg like KC did last year.
No, that was all-time just unfortunate scene of events. Okay, that did go down. Wow, that's okay. Interesting. Oh, and that flipped too. Holy shit. Okay. That's fine. You're about to have an incredible guess the lines advantage because I filled my sheet out last night.
Oh, has there been a lot of movement already?
It's been, early lines sometimes get slammed, so it's okay though. It's okay.
There were a couple teams that I wanted to quickly glance at.
Yeah, for sure. By all means, get your game off.
Last week, I can't remember how he phrased it, but we essentially stuck forks in teams that we thought were done already. The balloon is popped. We're done.
The cross-off list. I'm glad you brought that up because I wanted to ask if there was any other teams you wanted to add to it.
So I just wanted to point out last week that at 2-1, I crossed off the Bengals, and I feel comfortable with that right now until they trade for a new quarterback to fill the role this year.
Did you chart our cross-offs, by the way?
No, we'd have to go back and watch. I think I had the Bengals last week. Let's see, who else did I have just by guessing. Probably the Saints as low-hanging fruit. And in the AFC, Titans, if I had to guess. I think I had 3.
So I definitely had the Saints and the Titans. Did I cross the Giants off? Can we say I didn't?
That's where I was going to go. And I said, I specifically did not cross off the Giants. And this is where I was going to throw out my stepbrothers quote of the week.
Oh,
as I've been known to quote stepbrothers a time or two on the show.
Presented by nobody.
But did we just become best friends? Scattaboo and Jackson Dart. They led them to the promised land this week. They made me look good, refusing to cross the Giants off the list last week. I had seen a glimmer of hope for the Giants at 0-3, where it's like the record's not there, but you're punchy. You've got some things going. And when you can beat a team like the Chargers, 3-0, fantastic start to the season, and they led that entire game. I don't know if they trailed at all. If they did, it was early. That was a game that I was keeping an eye on because I had Chargers money line in a parlay. So I was rooting against the Giants.
It was Giants all day.
But yeah, so I gotta give it to the Giants for that. Looking back, that is the kind of game that the Chargers lose every single year. When they're on a roll, it's an East Coast road trip. Like, I don't know if I don't have the numbers, but they just feel like a team that is absolute ass when they have to play on the East Coast, like maybe in the playoffs in Jacksonville. Maybe. Just throwing that one out there.
True, but they don't have the body clock excuse for that because it was a primetime game. They had to play at the 10 a.m. body clock in New York. So here's the thing. Here's the only thing I'll give as an excuse for the Chargers yesterday. By the way, prayers up, Malik Neighbors. Did you see Malik's done for the year?
Oh, I saw that he was done for the year. I have not seen what happened. I have not seen
Just
the video.
running down the sideline. MetLife turf takes another soul.
Non-contact?
Yeah, non-contact.
For his ACL?
Yeah.
Just running in a straight line, or was he pivoting?
It was like kind of jumping for the ball, and then it just like went. MetLife turf takes another one.
Damn.
Worst field in sports by far. What was I going to say? So they're already missing Ronnie Stan, or no, they're missing Rashawn Slater, right, left tackle. Joe Alt, their dominant other tackle, he got hurt, high ankle sprain. He was out all game. Mekhi Becton was out, so they had a lot of backups in on the offensive line. So that I'm worried about the Chargers a little bit, but yeah, the defensive line for the Giants ate. Chargers had some moments they just couldn't put enough together. And I will say this, man, Dart's fun. The passing game is not robust by any means, but he's tough as shit. I don't know if that's going to amount to much, but he's feisty as hell. And Scadaboo's fun. And yes, they are the stepbrothers. They are building bunk beds right now. They're doing karate in the garage as we speak.
Lots of room for activities.
Hella room for activities. Okay, my cross-offs I remember were the Saints, the Titans, and the Dolphins. You had the Saints, Titans, and Bengals.
That sounds right. Yep.
Okay.
And I don't know if I'm crossing anybody off this week. I feel like we've already hit the low-hanging fruit.
Are you? Because I'm gonna cross off a team.
If I had to pick one team, I mean, I guess if you're 0-3 and you lose to an 0-3 team like the Jets, you could probably say stick a fork in them. I would either say them or probably the Panthers would be the next one that I would consider.
Oh boy, the Panthers or the Carolina Panthers might be on quit watch. Oh, they took the opening drive for a touchdown and then died. 42 unanswered. 42 unanswered.
That is wild.
Unreal. Shout out to the special team. Shout out to Drake May, who everyone thinks is a top 10 quarterback now. Fucking kill me. The national media making me hate Drake May, and I literally love Drake May. I adored watching him in college, but everyone's making me hate him. I fucking hate sports. Yeah. I'm putting the Jets on here, by the way. Because I had the Dolphins crossed off. You lose to a team that's crossed off and you're bad, you should get crossed off. So I had the Jets crossed off. How you doing? Are you adding the Jets to your list?
Yeah. Well, I feel like I should. But we see glimpses. I guess are we saying sticking a fork in them for making the playoffs or having a chance at the playoffs essentially?
Yes.
Yeah,
Come on.
Yeah. I'll
There
throw
we go.
them on. I can throw them on.
The Jets have been sacrificed. Bong. You putting the Bengals on the list though, man. You are ahead of the curve, probably. Here's why I will not put the Panthers on here yet. They host Miami next week. Maybe maybe they can get some life. Maybe, probably not. The Panthers, Carolina, you are facing a sacrifice. Sacrifice? You are up for sacrifice. I have to come up with a better gimmick for that. But the Panthers are on the clock in the bad way. Okay. Are you ready to guess some lines?
Let's do it.
Let me go back and count. You busted me up last week. You won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 1, 2, 3. Holy shit, hold on. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 to 5 to 1, 2, 3, 4. 7 to 5 to 4. Nick, Joe, tie. 7, 5, 4, which brings the total on the season to 21. Right? That's 14. Yeah, 11 and 4. Oh no. Yeah, wait, 11. So you're 11. You were at 19. Oh yeah, because you beat me in week 3. I'm an idiot. So you're at 19 plus 7. That's 26 to 20 or 26 for you. 17 and 5. 16. 17 and 5. What's 17 and 5 is 23. So 26 to 23 to 16 is the score at the moment. No, 22. Sorry, I'm an idiot. Jesus Christ. 26 to 22 is the score in favor of you with 16 ties on the season, and you lead 2 to 1 to 1 after last week. 2-1 Nick. So that is the score going into this week. Sorry, I didn't count that up last week because I am an imbecile. We have bye weeks. Our first set of buys. Falcons, Bears, Packers, Steelers, all on a bye. So the slate's a little crowded this week, but there's some good stuff out there. And the NFL, does it ever disappoint?
Sometimes, but not very much.
Sometimes it does.
So last week there was a great witching hour. I didn't get the sense that there was that pandemonium at the end of the noon window today. Yeah, this week. Am I right?
Okay, but but compared to last week, dog, that was insanity.
I'm saying last week was fantastic, and I'm just glad that I'm glad that
last week.
I think I'm glad I missed yesterday because I don't feel like I missed any craziness at the end.
Yeah, it was a different level. Like, it was starting to kick off. There was only like in the noon slate, there was only like 2 games that got really dicey. The Bucks Eagles game and what was the other game in the noon slate that actually got my brain just shut off? What was the other game in the noon slate that was actually like feisty at the end?
Chargers Giants.
Chargers Giants. Yes, those were the 2. Because everything else was pretty much Bills Saints was kind of a multi-view rotator. The noon slate didn't bring the heat, but there were some like the 2 games that were tight at the end were fun. The 3 o'clock slate was good because all the games were good and the Chiefs just pounded ass. So like Jags Niners was good. Rams Colts was awesome. Bears Raiders gave me 16 heart attacks, and the Bears ended up winning on a blocked field goal. And then obviously, as we said, the Chiefs busted ass. And then the Sunday night game was awesome. So yeah, another good date. This week, interesting. The Sunday night and Monday night game, the Thursday night, the Sunday night, and the Monday night games this week, rip. So we'll see. Let's start out with that Thursday night game. We head to Los Angeles as the Los Angeles Rams host the San Francisco 49ers. Great job by Thursday Night Football to get back-to-back NFC West games in the early state. The early part, Jesus Christ, the early part of their season. Because as I have said, Nick, multiple times, the NFC, Jesus fucking Christ, I can't talk. The NFC, want about a tuba, baby Ruba. The NFC West is the best division in the NFL, and every game in the NFC, not even between 2 teams in the NFC West. I think every game that involves an NFC West team just bangs. So
that's really, yeah. I mean, that's pretty true. This jerk. I can't think of many off the top of my head that weren't good.
like the worst one so far is like the 2 games that involved the Saints, and but I mean that's
I
other
mean,
than
even
that,
the
I guess the 3
Cardinals.
games that involved the Saints
I mean, even the Cardinals Panthers game,
got
like
weird.
it got weird at the end. It should had no business being weird, but it got weird because
It
it was
got a
the
little
NFC West.
dicey at the end. You know what I'm saying? A little dice. How you doing? Okay. All right. This is where you absolutely start to blow my doors off because I guessed yesterday, you're guessing today, but that's fine. I'm not mad. I promise. Um, let's start off hot. Uh, see how we're doing. LA at home against the Niners, who knows who's going to start? Will Brock Purdy come out and play football again? Who knows? Puka Nakua, are you the best wide receiver in the NFL? He might be. Here's a fun stat. Puka Nakua has 42 catches through 4 games. I think I saw that is tied for the most, or that's the new record for the most through 4 games in a season ever. He's okay. Not bad for like a 4th round. Not bad for a day 3 draft pick. To be the best guy at your position in 3 years.
Just
God
think about
fucking
all of the
Christ.
guys that Matthew Stafford has had as wide receiver ones throughout his
Bruh.
career to throw to.
Dog.
Like,
So much fun.
it's like, okay, is it the receiver? Or have we seen enough data where it's Stafford?
I think it's the perfect, obviously it's the perfect melding
combination.
of both.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
But
Stafford.
like if Jake Browning was throwing Puka the ball, was throwing Cooper Cup the ball 5 years ago, Megatron, do
Like-
they have that kind of career?
like we've been blessed to see these wide receivers with these incredibly unique skill sets. Calvin Johnson just being this absolute specimen freak that could do everything. Cooper Cup being one of the most gifted like technicians when it comes to route running and getting open. Puka Nakua, who's like a smaller shelf version of Calvin Johnson, and now adding Devontae Adams to that list as well. Everybody eats with Matt Stafford, and it's just so much fun. So yeah, they're great. They're awesome, and they host the Niners on Thursday night. My friend Nicholas.
I like the Rams here. So did Purdy get hurt again then?
No, people were just like, well, should he play over Mac? He didn't look great. He had moments, but
So he was bad enough that people just wanted him benched for the heck of it?
a couple. It's not allowed benching. It's a couple dumbasses.
Okay.
He did not play too well. He didn't look like he was playing with a lot of conviction. But also, too, like, remember, Mac Jones, like, finished the Arizona game on a banged up leg. Like, if Mac Jones can barely play too, you got to roll Purdy out there. But Purdy's playing with, like, the non-severe version of the Joe Burrow injury. Like, Joe Burrow has turf toe and it completely tore. Like, Purdy's got, like, the grade, the first grade of that injury. So, like, I mean, he's obviously going to be hampered. He only missed 2 games.
No.
Man. So, like, I'm shocked that he even came back so fast.
And you said it's in LA?
Correct.
I'm gonna go Rams 4.5.
Okay. We tied. I said 4.5. It is 5.5.
All right. I will always take the ties. That's all right.
This went up from. I'm going to try to see how many of these I can remember from yesterday when I filled it out and then looked just to see. If I'm not mistaken, this has already moved a point in the Rams' favor.
This game has.
So we would have both nailed it yesterday.
Got it. Okay.
But it's already moved a point towards the Rams. Okay. We're staying overseas. The Minnesota Vikings and their field trip. They are still in London. They're now in London, where they will take on the Cleveland Browns. Maybe Joe Flacco's final game as an NFL quarterback. Maybe.
Is there chatter?
I think so.
Would it be Sanders time?
No, it'd be Dylan Gabriel.
Okay.
Gabriel first, and then if I had to guess, if they continued to suck, then they would eventually play Sanders because I think the owner wants them to play Sanders because the owner is who wanted them to draft Sanders.
Yeah.
Because here's the problem: at the end of the day, for Cleveland, like the win against Green Bay was cool, but they can't fucking score for shit.
Yeah. Yeah. That defense is. Granted, yesterday was not their best performance, but they have been. That defense has been special.
Yeah, and they can't stay off the field because the offense
No.
can't do anything. So yeah, Browns Vikings in London.
I'm gonna go Vikings, and we're gonna go. Kitty, what do you think we should do? What should we pick here?
Meow.
Blink once for 5.5. Blink twice for 6.5. Can you hear that?
What?
Can you hear the purr?
Yeah.
Per once. Let's go Vikings 5.5.
You dirty dog. You got this right.
You
I
dirty
said,
cat, man.
huh? That is true, you dirty cat. So this is interesting. You got this right. I said 6.5. It's only 3.5.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I said. I put this down and then I looked yesterday and I was like, huh, what am I missing? And then I was thinking, okay, the Vikings do have some O-line issues. It's still Carson Wentz playing. And I guess because it's a neutral field and not like if this was in Minnesota, it's probably 6.5. And maybe that's what I allowed myself to do. I don't know. But I was shocked that the line was almost laying only a field goal. I was like, huh? Sunday S tier. Hard to pick to a degree. But then when you really dig down, it's not hard to pick at all. Because not only are these two teams awesome, but Nick, it is the uniform matchup of the year. Nick, I want you to do something. You have Google in front of you, correct?
Correct.
I want you to Google because the Sunday S tier game is Tampa Bay playing in Seattle. I want you to Google the Bucks Seahawks uniform matchup for next Sunday. Because, ladies and gentlemen, if you do not know, now you know because it's glorious.
Oh boy, double throwback.
Yeah.
So wait, so the Bucks are wearing those throwbacks twice in 3 weeks?
Yep, and they're taking them on the road.
Wow.
They're doing it for the sickos. Oh.
So then I'm guessing the Seahawks are like the old John Kitna days that like blew the like even 25 years ago before their rebrand.
Kitna played for Seattle?
Kitna?
Yeah.
Or who, am I thinking of somebody else?
Kitna played for the Lions.
Well, he played for the Bengals too.
Oh yeah, he did. Who played for Seattle back when they were the Brian Boswell? Brian Boswell played. Brian Boswell played for the Lions when they wore those jerseys, or excuse me, for the Seahawks when they wore those jerseys. Also, when they wore those jerseys, the
Seahawks were his first team.
Oh, okay, you're right then. The Seahawks, when they wore those jerseys, they were in the AFC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, before the realignment and the Texans expansion, they were AFC. So they were. I think, did they rebrand the team then? When they went more of the current look for the most part?
Early 2000s, I think, is when the team rebranded to that.
Because I know when they were in the Super Bowl with like Sean Alexander in 06 or 07 or whatever year that was.
Yeah.
They weren't their current uniforms, but they were definitely not the like gray and like blue.
The color, yeah, they were in between.
Green. Like it was more of like one. They were kind of navy and stuff like that. So okay. That'll be
awesome.
That'll be interesting.
Make you appreciate those ice creamsicle jerseys.
Oh boy.
I know you don't like them though. I don't get it.
No, I like it from a history standpoint. Like, it's cool that they're playing in them from their, their previous
Uh-huh.
generations and stuff. But God, they are hideous. Like,
So
if strip away the nostalgia, if a team came to you today and that was going to be their new uniform, I don't even care what the logo is, but like that's their color scheme, that's what the uniform is going to look like. Like, it would be almost universally said that these are hideous.
so
These are
you don't like
not-
you don't like that shade of orange, I assume.
that's probably what it is, yeah.
I love different types of colorways, so I'm all for it. It probably helps that they only wear it a few times a year. Also,
Well, that's true,
because
that's true. I
too,
like for the nostalgia, I love that they do it. I'm just saying it is ugly.
also when you add to the fact that their regular jerseys they wear are like some of the like they have maybe some of the they have one of the 5 best. The cat is the cat
She's
okay?
Yeah, I'm trying to clean her nose out.
Okay.
Multitasking, man.
Uh,
She gets some gunk built up on her nostril.
the cat is Leo DiCaprio.
She's not
in-
liking it.
the cat is Leo DiCaprio in Wolf of Wall Street right now.
Yeah.
Shout out to
She
them.
loves me. She's letting me do it.
Because the Bucks have one of the top 5 uniform combos in the league, I think. I don't know if you agree with that. Just like their regular
current
ones. Yeah, the regular ones.
I do like them. And the Seahawks. I like them too. They are sharp.
Yeah. Anywho, this is the Sunday S tier. The game is very good and very important too. I would say a little more important for the Seahawks than the Bucks because the Bucks having to go out west. Tough spot. They're still dealing with some injuries. I think the Bucks are going to be way better in 8 weeks than they are now. Getting Tristan Wirfs back last week was good. They got Chris Godwin back Sunday, which was good. Needed some kind of explosive play luck to hang with Philadelphia. All in all, though, they had a shot and they just couldn't capitalize on it. Big game but them in Seattle, who Sam Darnold has looked really good the last few weeks. For Seattle too. So fun times. Cannot wait for this game. What do you got? Seattle, Tampa Bay in Washington.
Whew. I will take. I'm gonna go. I want to say 1.5, but I'm gonna go Seattle 2.5. That's
Okay.
That's probably about the longest road trip out there outside of Miami going to Seattle.
It's one of them. You're right. I said Seattle -1. It's Seattle -3. You got it right.
Okay. Yeah, I can see it.
And it's actually moved a half point towards Tampa since yesterday.
So it was
3.5. 3.5 yesterday. Yep.
Okay.
Next up, Happy Cat Dance. There are only 2 games in here. One of these, when I put in here, I was a little skeptical on. And then tonight they dominated. So I feel a little bit better about this game actually being fun to watch. Broncos at Eagles. The Eagles they continue to just be an enigma. Nick, do you want a fun stat?
I love fun stats.
Your cat had the same amount of completed passes in the second half yesterday as Jalen Hurts.
Oh boy.
They are so weird, bro. But hey, they're undefeated. And let me here. I have to. Nick, listen. I would like to think that you know me as a consistent man, right? I'm consistent. I'm fair. Would you say I'm very fair?
Yeah.
We might overreact, but we don't. We're not like disrespect. Okay, we're disrespectful sometimes, but you get what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, I was saying, what do the Eagles do well? I need to take that back because I do know what they do well. They might have the best secondary in the NFL. Them boys are nasty. Quinyon Mitchell yesterday put just immaculate tape. What he was doing to some elite players on Tampa Bay's offense, just holy Christ, he's so good. And their second corner spot is a question mark right now, but it doesn't matter because they've got the exciting whites, Reed Blankenship, and Cooper DeJean, who's nasty, just a freakazoid. Yeah, their secondary is lit. Anywho, maybe the two best secondaries in the NFL going at it, and both of them have exciting whites. Cooper DeJean versus Riley Moss. Imagine if they both have a pick six. Oh, the Iowa, all of the corn. Would be fun. Anywho, what do you got? Denver and Philly. Incredible litmus test for the Broncos. One of maybe Philadelphia is due for a small regression moment for the love of God. Considering they've won 20 of their last 21 games and all of them have made you want to pull your eyes out in some way, shape, or form. But also a moment for the Broncos hey, Denver, if you are as good as you think if you're as good as you want us to think you are, this would be a hell of a spot to do something.
I'm going to go Eagles 5.5.
Okay. You got this because it's 4.5 and I said 6.5.
Only 4.5. Wow. So we both expected it higher than it was.
Yeah, that's what I said too.
I mean, I can't disagree. But wow.
When I saw this yesterday, I was like, do I want to lay it with Philadelphia? And then I was like, no, don't do that, you dirtbag.
Well, we know the Broncos will either win or lose on a last-second field goal. So take the plus 5.5 or 4.5 or whatever it is.
Oh, yeah, at this point, you're not wrong. Good point. Good call. Other happy cat dance. This is very dependent on if Jaden Daniels plays because he did not play yesterday either. Washington at the Chargers. Because if he plays, this game could be moderately fun. Big bounce back spot for the Chargers. Their offensive line is currently in a disaster. But hey, what helps a bad offensive line? Playing a team with a horrendous front seven on defense.
Got to pull up my schedule. I closed out of it on accident when I was clearing out my tabs.
Your schedule?
Yeah, it's Google. I just pull up the Google NFL schedule, and there it is.
Pull up the FanDuel schedule. That's how you'd be beating me.
No, you accuse me of that every time as I'm beating your ass.
Yeah, honestly, you got me. I'm joking, obviously.
I know. So Commanders, Chargers. Good thing it's not in Washington because the Chargers don't travel well.
Imagine having to do back-to-back East Coast trips. Would they just stay here?
I feel like you almost have to. At least you can negate the travel for the second week to kind of create a new normal.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I'm going to take Chargers, and I'm just going to put my pick in without knowing if Jaden Daniels is supposed to be back or not next week. I'll wing it. But I'm going to go Chargers 4.5.
Oh, got a break. It is 2.5.
Oh, wow.
I also said 4.5.
Okay, so they are anticipating Daniels being back. I'm sure. Yeah.
But this is 2.5. Are we really power rating the Chargers that low? If just because their offensive line is dinged up, I want to lay it with the Chargers, but I just don't think. I think the Chargers will be a system play this week. Let's just put it that way. Mid but still watchable. You're leading 3-0 to 2. Mid but still watchable. First one, Houston and Baltimore. In Baltimore.
Did you say you don't have any yet?
I don't have a win yet, no.
Oh my goodness.
I told you you're gonna potentially mop up a bit today.
Gotta build that lead.
There you go. Mid but still watchable. First one, Houston and Baltimore.
Battle of the 1 and 3s.
Yeah. I don't even know if I should say anything and just let you pick with the information that I've given you tonight,
Yeah, that's true.
or if I should give context
Nah.
to certain stuff. So just with the information that you have gathered of what could happen in this game, I will let you pick your guess. I will then tell you my guess, and then I will tell you what the actual answer is and the context behind it.
I would imagine there is some question about whether Lamar will play. And all, or at least all of the starters that they lost in some capacity last week. But I will still take the Ravens, and I'll go 4.5 and see how far off this is, depending on what you say here.
Okay, no, so you actually were okay. So you would have won this either way because it's right now it's 3.5. Yesterday, when I put this on the paper for my pick, thinking to myself, well, if Lamar doesn't play, it's Cooper Rush. I put 1.5. Baltimore. Just thinking, let's see. When I opened FanDuel just to see what I get, my guesses were close. Yesterday it was 7.5.
It went from 1.5 to 7.5.
No. My pick, my guess was 1.5.
Yeah.
My guess was Baltimore 1.5.
Got it.
Yeah, it went from 7.5 to 3.5. So it dropped 4 points in 24 hours.
So that would lead you to believe that Lamar's chances of playing went way down.
I would like to believe that the pick that I had originally will be closer to what it will be if Cooper Rush is playing against that defense, who will be fucking capital D desperate to win. I know the Texans have looked horrendous, but if they somehow, like, the Texans are, both of these teams are staring 1-4 in the down the barrel. This game should be Sunday S tier, by the way. What a nightmare. The Ravens are beat up to hell, and Houston has been a dumpster fire, and this game be the Ravens Texans being in mid but still watchable in week 5 is a shame.
That's true. Stroud has been so disappointing how he's regressed since his rookie year.
Yeah, and they won by margin yesterday, but dude, it was 6-0 in the fourth quarter. They put up 3 pity scores yet to end that game. Mid but still watchable. I'm gonna regret this, but just because I enjoyed watching them on Sunday, I had to put Giants Saints in here. I had to put Jackson Dart in mid but still watchable. I couldn't resist. Game is in New Orleans.
I'm going to go Giants. First road dog of the day, I believe. And
it would be, yes.
Giants 3.5.
Wow. Okay. Prepare this one. I also picked Giants 3.5.
Okay.
The line has moved 3 points since last night. The line has gone, yesterday it was Giants 1.5, to now the Saints are minus 1.5.
What?
That's what I
Wow.
said. So we tied. Somehow we tied that.
I mean, one of these weeks, the Saints aren't going to go 0-17. They're going to beat somebody somewhere along the line. They've played 4 games, and 3 of them, they were in it in the fourth quarter.
In some way, shape, or form.
They had, I mean, in some of these, at least 2 of them, they had the ball with a chance to tie or take the lead. on their last possession.
I thought
So
they took the lead in the Bills game yesterday, but the pass got dropped. They had a Spencer Rattler threw a ball to a wide open Saints player. If he would have held on, the pass was terrible. But if he would have held on to it, the Saints would have been leading in the fourth quarter yesterday. But the pass got dropped.
Because I kept an eye on that one because I had the Bills in a survivor. But interesting. Okay. You get rookie quarterback versus kind of rookie Spencer Rattler.
Who
I feel like Rattler, he'll be in his 10th year in the NFL and be like, dude's basically a rookie.
He is still winless as a starter. He is 0 for 11.
Wow.
I think the record is 15.
That is crazy.
Let him break the record before benching him for Shuck. Anywho, next game on mid but still watchable. If Cincinnati gets their Josh Dobbs on with Jameis Winston, this game will stay here, but it probably should be downgraded after today. It is the Lions at the Bengals. God, just think.
Lions
I hope
and
this
Burrow would have been a good one.
Here, that's the thing. Like this Sunday could rip, but we've got the Bengals who are dead, and the Texans who suck, and Baltimore's kind of injured. Because even if I knew that Baltimore was healthy, like if I knew Lamar was playing, even with Houston being shitty, that game would be at least in the Cappy Cat Dance meme. But Lamar might not play. It might be Cooper Rush on Sunday. That game ain't making the fucking multi-view. That's for sure. But yeah, Burrow versus Goff would have been a doozy.
I'm going to take the Lions in a battle of the kitty cats. Meow. Meow. Where you at here? Where'd you go, kitty? Oh, she's sitting in front of my computer now. Lions on the road. God damn, it's going to be our biggest spread of the week for a road dog. I'm going to go Lions 8.5. Lock it in.
God damn it. I'm getting shut out. We tied. I said 8.5 too. It's 9.5.
Oof. Hey, would you rather be let's see. Did anybody lose on a last second field goal this week?
No, but the Raiders lost on a blocked field goal.
Okay. Would you rather be the Raiders or the Cowboys this week?
That's a good point. That's a great point. It is 1, 2, 3, 4 to 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 4 wins. I have no losses, or I have no wins, and we have tied 4 times.
And how many buys are this week? 4?
Yeah. Symmetry. Okay. Stop the count. Shout out to Donald Trump.
So we have 6 games left. You need to go. You can't win unless you sweep.
Hey, listen, man.
Well, no, I guess if there, no, I'm in good shape, but no, you could, we could push, but
the comeback starts now.
Here you go.
Last game in mid, but still watchable. Raiders Colts in Indianapolis. Shout out to the Raiders for yesterday. Fun times.
There's got to be some math out there. Is this the craziest year for blocked field goals ever?
It's something.
Is there something different about the field goal block formation? Why is it having so much success this year? Or is it because they're kicking longer field goals and the trajectory is lower on average? There's 4, 5 of them? We had one last night.
Like if they're taking longer
we had a block 2 returned.
Yeah, like they're taking longer field goals, but that doesn't explain the extra point getting blocked.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because it's coming from all different angles. Like remember the Eagles-Rams game? Both of those kicks came pretty much right up the middle. They trucked the interior line and got the block. The Browns-Packers one came from like the C gap area instead of the A gap. And then yesterday, the Bears one, the guy flew in off the edge.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just curious if someone has some really good analysis on as to why that is. I'd be curious.
It is something, isn't it? Uh, yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll see some more craziness in this one. So Rams Colts in
Or Raiders Colts.
or Raiders Colts in Indy.
Yeah. Uh, I'll ask this question now, but we can answer it after the pick. Although they lost, they left 7 points on the field, literally.
14. They had a touchdown called back for it.
Oh yeah. Okay, but like penalties are penalties, like that happens.
Mhm.
But you shouldn't be untouched and you drop the ball going into the end zone. Like literally 7 points, and they lost by 7, right? 27-20.
Yeah.
With how good the Rams have been, could be undefeated.
Yeah, if the Rams wouldn't have gagged the second half against Philadelphia, I honestly would be saying they're the best team in the league, even over Buffalo right now.
They're up there in the conversation. So the fact that the Colts went 3-0, and it's like, yeah, good for you. How sustainable is this? Even though they lost, they were there. Good chance they could have won that game still. So I feel like this Colts team has staying power. And obviously the Jags they're a lot better than I kind of expected they would be, but the Texans haven't been a factor. So to me, I feel like we could see the Colts and the Jags both in the playoffs, and that should be a fun battle for the division the rest of the year. But I will take the Colts at home, and I will go 4.5. I feel like 4.5 is my spot today.
You're a Vegas zone king. We tied again. I said 4.5 too. It's 6.5.
Wow. See, now, Joe, riddle me this.
Mhm.
If I was looking on FanDuel, how would I tie you?
I know. I'm kidding. I
2
never.
points off the actual answer.
You don't know. You don't know what I write on here. I was gonna say something.
I just need one more tie, then I can't lose.
Sports are fickle. Here's why. In a loss, I gain more respect for the Colts than I did in any of their wins.
Yeah, so like what I'm saying, like even though they lost, you kind of feel like the Colts are legit now, right? Because of who they just went toe to toe with. So I feel like we're kind of on the same page there.
Yeah. They're well coached and they've got really good players. As long as Daniel Jones isn't a sieve, they'll be okay. And he threw 2 interceptions yesterday, but he by no means was a sieve. So, they're good. And so are the Jags, and we'll talk about them here in a minute. Jurassic Park poop meme. It's mean when the dude turns around, big pile of shit, and he says, "Oh, that's a big pile of shit." Miami and Carolina. It's a big pile of shit. In Carolina, by the way.
I think Dolphins are going to be a favorite here. I think they've shown they have life. There is a world, albeit it's a pretty fucked up world. But
new world.
If they don't let that New England game slip away, where they had a shot and Tua throws just the fucking most terrible interception.
Which one?
All of them. I mean, they could have won that game. Buffalo, it would have taken a lot more than being perfect. But that game was tied in the fourth quarter, and they had the ball. And they had that just incredibly stupid fourth down penalty on, I think, was it the punt?
Yeah, they roughed the punter.
Running into the punter.
They roughed the punter. They were going to get the ball back.
There is a world where Miami had a chance after 4 weeks to be 3-1, even after looking as bad as they did in week 1. So honestly, even though they're 1-3, I'm more excited about this Dolphins season than I thought I would be at this point in the season. I thought, it's going to be a down year, and that's okay. I don't need to get super invested. But all that to say, I'm picking them as a road dog to be a road favorite, I guess. But we're going to go Dolphins 3.5.
He's on the board.
He got one.
I said Dolphins 2.5, and this flipped too. Oddly enough, it is now Panthers 1.5.
Like in the last couple hours with Tyreek being out,
maybe, but it was yesterday. It was Dolphins 1.5.
Yeah, interesting.
So Carolina is now favored by 1.5.
When I can get plus money on a Dolphins money line against the Panthers, I will probably put some American dollars on that.
And it's not like Carolina has this crazy ass home field advantage.
If they would have looked more like last week, this week, I might be like, yeah, the Panthers, they're stringing it together. But they went back to looking like, they didn't look good.
The Panthers after Sunday are on quit watch. That was bad. That was very bad. Like next week is a test of their manhood. So it could be, because of that, it might be a stay away game. Because you could very well be getting a Carolina kitchen sink performance, but also it's one of those questions of, do they have it in them? We will see. Next up, Dallas versus the Jets. Jets, Jets in MetLife.
That's funny that the Cowboys get to play in this stadium twice this year. Once every 8 years.
That is true.
Taking the Cowboys on the road, 2.5.
Yep, you got it. You got it right. I said 3.5. It is 2.5.
For as much as the lead I have is right now, I don't feel like I've had hardly any of them on the dot.
Yeah, we've been all over the place. Doing them on Monday. Fun times. Next up, last one. Park poop meme. Tennessee and Arizona. That shit stank, don't it?
I mean, the Cardinals don't have a bad record, but they have not been fun to watch.
At least Marvin Harrison Jr. kind of came to life in the second half on Thursday.
He remembered that he had hands, and that was nice to see.
That he did.
See how emotional he got just to make a catch?
When he did that, I kind of felt bad for him. I was like, maybe I've been too hard.
Yeah. But yeah, you got the Titans in town. Should be a fairly easy Cardinals spread here.
Titans are a fucking nightmare right now.
We're gonna go Cardinals.
Bad. DJ asked me real quick. DJ asked me who's got it worse than Bengals fans. I mean, listen, the being a Bears fan is toxic as shit. So they might be the default answer, but for now anyway, until it actually gets really better, like legit, like with a lot of winning. But honestly, maybe this isn't the right answer because just nobody gives a shit down there. But I imagine being a Titans fan right now. They're going nowhere.
Is Cam Ward already a bust, though? I mean, is he not?
No, like he's okay, but like you have nothing else. Like it's terrible.
I feel like that's a long-term project. That's not one that anybody projected was going to turn overnight.
Well, here's the problem. Right? He's going to be on his second coach in about 6 months because Brian Callahan's about to be sent to Alcatraz. Sorry, go ahead and make your prediction.
We're going to go Cardinals, and 5.5.
Hey, it's 8.5. I said 7.5.
Damn. I undercut that one big time.
You did. I was thinking to myself, undershoot. All right. Sunday night and Monday night. These games are fun. This game could be either a blowout or a feisty game or a massive upset that shocks all of us. Patriots at the Bills. Drake May. Everyone's telling you that you're the second coming of Jesus Christ himself, so here's your opportunity to show it, bud. Patriots at Bills on Sunday night.
If this number gets big enough, I think I like the Patriots side. I think, like we saw with Miami, this Bills team isn't showing itself right now to blow away its opponents. It's like a cat playing with a mouse that's not dead yet. Like they're playing with their food, and they're gonna get the win, but they're not going out and putting up 49-10 on the Dolphins like they've done in the past.
Yeah, the Dolphins game didn't totally shock me. It did, but it didn't totally shock me at the end of the day because Miami showed up and they said, we're not going to quit on our coach and our staff. We're going to continue to play hard. And I was like, okay, that was very commendable. They clearly did not fold like I thought they did, like I thought they would. I was legitimately stunned that they did not blow the Saints out of the water in a big way, because that's usually the spot where Buffalo just outmatches you and just kills you like 44-6.
Yeah.
And then everyone's talking about how amazing they are the next day, which it'd be impressive, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. So yeah, to me, they just feel like they're playing with their food.
Yeah, I was incredibly shocked that game was ever close, but good on them.
So I still think this game's probably in the touchdown ballpark. We'll see if I can get it close enough. I'm going to go Bills. We'll go 8.5.
You got it. Oh, Jesus Christ. I can't write. You got it right. It's Buffalo minus 8.5.
Woo! Nice. What'd you pick?
I said 7.5. Sorry. I was trying to think.
That was going to be my guess.
If this is a number that is high enough, I probably will stay away from this one because I want to see it. It's one of those games I need to see before I think of a legitimate opinion.
I do already have a bet in mind for this game, though, for next week.
Drake May's rushing over.
Hunter
rushing
Henry
attempts.
Touchdown. Dalton Kincaid touchdown.
Henry's been really good.
Together.
Hunter Henry's been really good for them. So is Keyshawn Booty.
Booty rocking everywhere.
Shout out to Bubba Sparks. Last one. What a game this could be. Chiefs at Jags on Monday night. The last time the Jags were on Monday night, they were inches away from being the overall number 1 seed. And since then, their organization has been an absolute freefall. An opportunity to come full circle a little bit. Imagine if they pull this off and win at home on the next Monday night. Would be massive for them. They're legit. They're legit good. Like, are they currently riding a massive turnover variance bender? Abso-fucking-lutely. However, there is a thing to being able to create turnovers as well. But they're also playing really well, man. Their defense is legit. Is it like top 5, top 10 good? Close to top 10. I wouldn't say top 5, but they've got like dudes. Like all of the guys that they have brought in to try to upgrade ancillary pieces have paid off. And certain guys that were draft picks that hadn't developed yet, looking at you, Devin Lloyd, yeah, that you are the guy that I thought you were going to be coming out of Utah in college. Brian, and here's the thing about the Jags, Nick, and I'm sure you'll agree with me here. They are 3-1 with wins over San Francisco last week. Who the fuck else did they beat? My brain just completely died. Who did they beat week 1?
I could pull it up here. They beat
Houston,
Texans, and Panthers. So
Panthers week 1, yeah. So they're 3-1 in their last 2 games. They knocked off Houston and San Francisco. They could easily be 4-0 if they did not get completely robbed by the NFL in week 2. And the thing about that is their offense has not they have plenty of room to grow in their offense. Their running game has come alive. Travis Etienne has come back to life.
I was gonna say he's really had a resurgence because I feel like there was a lot of talk that Tank Bigsby would almost take over, or Bashal Tootin, or however you say his name.
They play Tootin a lot too, but Etienne,
he's taking advantage of his carries.
Yeah, you get a mixture of Etienne and Tootin. Bashal Tootin's a good player, but Liam Cohen, man, knows how to fix run games. Did it with Tampa last year, and he's doing it in Jacksonville. Etienne has Etienne under the first year with Doug Peterson when they made the playoffs, Etienne was good. Ever since then, he kind of turned into a bad player. Etienne this year so far has been one of the best running backs in the league. He has been not an all-pro level, but he's been a Pro Bowl level player. So top 5 or 6 instead of top 1 or 2. He's been really good though so far through a month. And that's the thing with the Jags is that like I said, their passing game still has some stuff that can get unlocked. Brian Thomas Jr., we're looking at you, my friend. Trevor Lawrence, please stop making dumb mistakes. So if they can get a little bit more consistency out of Trevor Lawrence, and if Brian Thomas can steal his thunder back from the Monstars, they could really take a step and be like, whoa. So I have enjoyed riding the Jags roller coaster so far through 4 games. And now they get what an opportunity, man. What an opportunity on Monday night hosting the Chiefs.
Put your big boy pants on, big boys. We're going to take Chiefs on the road. And 2.5.
How fitting we end with a tie. I said 2.5 as well. It is 3.
Give us the final tally here. What's the run?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 ties. Holy shit. 1, 2 wins for me. You had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins for you. So you're now at 32. I'm at 24. And the ties are at, I think, 23. 16 and 6 is 22. Nick, 3-1-1. Good job by you, my friend. Congratulations.
We're getting it done.
We did good tonight. Fun times. Back at it. Make sure you go follow us on Substack, forfrequencysake.substack.com. We hope you enjoyed the video. Nick, any final thoughts before we get out of here? Quick prediction for next Sunday at the Royal Bowl. Ross Chastain pulling it out of nowhere?
I don't see it. I don't see where I feel like if anybody is going to make their way in from the bottom, it's going to be Tyler Reddick, and he's going to win the race.
I'll say be Tyler Reddick, right?
To me, I don't anticipate Joey Logano running super well or winning the race, so he would be the lowest hanging fruit to fall out.
Which means Chastain's got a shot.
But I still don't. I don't see a world unless we have a lot of like if somebody wrecks and somebody that I'm not accounting for has an awful day, or Joey wrecks or something like that, I could see him finishing ninth and advancing somehow. But I don't see a world where straight up he's going to outgain everybody up front by 13 to 20 points or whatever it is. So I don't see that happening. It's probably going to end up being another race for second behind Shane Van Gisbergen. I have a feeling he'll spoil the race.
I didn't think he was that good here, though.
All the road courses this year that he ran last year, he wasn't as good last year as he was this year.
Okay.
I mean, he finished 7th at the Roval last year, and he got spun out in the last stage.
Oh, because who won the Roval last year? Wasn't it Chris? No, it wasn't Chris Bell, was it? Chris Bell won it 2 years ago.
He won it 1 year.
Because 2 years ago is when he had to win. He had to win to get to the 8 and the Final Four.
Yeah. So I can't remember, honestly, without looking. I know Allmendinger won it 1 year. Was that last year?
He might have. Yeah, it might have been him.
Because I remember I picked him in my single shot fantasy.
There were like multiple non-playoff winners who won last year.
The Rove. Oh, it was Larson last year.
Oh, really?
So the Dinger must have he must have won in 23, and Bell was 22. I think.
Could have been, yeah. Yeah, anybody outside of Chastain needs to win pretty much.
And I don't see Bubba on a road course making up that many points. Now there is the added wrinkle. Austin Cindric, he finished 4th here last year. I do see that. Could he win on a road course? He's got the talent to. He hasn't shown that he can. Now if there's anything that might be intriguing to me about SVG with Chastain in the playoffs, I'll just be curious if they share extra knowledge throughout the weekend, where somehow Chastain finds some extra speed. But outside of that, I don't see that necessarily coming to fruition. So it's been a fun season. He got a win, but I have a feeling that my Ross Chastain will not make it to the round of 8. But that's fine. I would not consider him to be a top 8 guy this year. If I look at the standings right now, honestly, the 8, I would like to see Joey get bumped, because he has not been a top 8 guy either.
In a just world, Joey getting bumped for one of the 2311 cars, that would be the perfect final 8.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the numbers here. Joey has the lowest number of top 10s of everybody in the playoffs that are left, except for Cindric. Holy shit, he only has 5 top 10s all year. Yeah, he's getting bounced, rightfully so. Let's see here. Bubba and Reddick. Yeah. Either one. I don't think they're both going to get. I don't see a world where both of them get through, unless, and it would suck for Chase Briscoe, because he has been so good lately. The only guy to finish top 10 in every playoff race this year,
and he's only 21 above the cut line.
Yeah. So if both 2311 cars made it, it would have to mean that Briscoe gets bumped, because I don't see Byron, Bell, Hamlin, Larson. Like, they've all got enough points that they can, as long as they don't get wrecked in the first stage, they're probably going to be fine.
Yeah, Larson pretty much has to survive the first stage.
Whoever moves on from the bottom 4, if they do, I'm just hoping it's not Briscoe. He deserves to advance on. I'm hoping Logano. He would be the one that I would knock out and put Bubba or Reddick, whichever one can get there, as the most deserving 8 on the board. And if that's our final 8, then you can almost make a case for Almost
Any of them.
any of them. Actually, if you look at the standings right now, the top 7, I can make a case for any of those 7 to be a Final Four caliber driver. Honestly, if there was a year where we could just take 7, it would be this year.
They're all legit.
There is a drop off when you look at the stats from the top 7 right now to even Bubba and Reddick. They would be in like that next tier. And then I'd put Ross, then I'd put Joey, and then I'd put Cindric. So it'll be interesting. It'll be fun. Because you look, the 7 guys have double-digit top 10s right now in this season, and they're the top 7 in points. As it should be. Those are the guys that run up front the most. They run up front all week, all season long. And actually, the top 7 drivers with the most wins outside of SVG are also in the top 7. The top 7 all have multiple wins, plus SVG. Nobody else has multiple wins. Like, I just look at the top 7. They are the best 7 this year, hands down. So I hope all 7 of them make it, and then whoever the 8th is, I just hope it's not Joey, because I do not want him to be around again to play spoiler and somehow win another championship when he does not have a good season at all.
Not one bit. Yeah, and like in the old Winston Cup points too, like right now it would be Christopher Bell first, Chase Briscoe second, Chase Elliott third, separated by 66 points, which might sound like a lot, but in the Winston Cup thing, now it's like nothing.
Yeah.
Winston Cup races had like a bajillion points available, and like 200 points you could gain in a weekend.
So, but no, it's been in mostly ho-hum playoffs. I prefer it when the most deserving guys are the ones moving on, and not
Sunday.
There's some kind of calamity that takes out a favorite early. I don't like that. I want the best drivers. It's going to be funny that, if this is the year that we get rid of this kind of format, where it's just going to be the most deserving guys continue to get to the next round. It's like if the top 7 move to the top 8, we're going to get the best 4. We're going to get the best guy to win. Zilich is going to win his championship in Xfinity. Corey Haim's going to win his truck championship, like the way it should be. And then we're going to blow it up as we should. But it would be just kind of funny to go out that way, where it's like, oh, everybody that's moving on is the most deserving.
I don't think the proposed, from what I've seen, I don't think the proposed new format's that bad, though. Because isn't it basically just making the final round be 3 races too, instead of 1?
There's been a lot of chatter. I haven't heard anything that's definitive or what's most likely, but like there has been more talk in the last week about NASCAR being open to just a full season, no playoff, no chase format at all than we have heard in 21 years. The fact that the door is open says a lot to me. But yes, if they decided not to go too crazy, the final round probably would be somewhere in the ballpark of 4 races.
If Ryan Blaney won the title to make it 4 straight Penske wins, all because the Penske cars dominated Phoenix, you have to think that would open the door for them to be like, maybe we need to change something up.
The caveat to that would be the last 3 years when Logano and Blaney were winning the championships, I would say none of those were the most deserving guy. This year, I would argue that Ryan Blaney is 100% a deserving champion at that point, because I don't think anybody has had the consistent speed that he has had, and how well he did in the regular season points. He got all the way to second despite having 7 DNFs, and that's kind of almost unheard of. Like that's what would have killed you back in the Winston Cup days, is all the DNFs. Mm-hmm. Yet he was overcoming them and continues to be super fast. And he had a bad week this week, but that all started with the late cautions. He was running top 10 before all the calamity started going out. So for a practice crash starting at the back, ran top 10, and then a pit road penalty is really what did him in late in the race. But Yeah, I would honestly say Blaney would be. He would honestly be my. I would almost say he's my pick to be the most deserving this year. But again, I could make a case. It would be a good debate project. I could come up with some kind of debate for the top
For all of
7
them.
guys right now and say this is why he deserves to be the champion. I can't make that case for Joey Logano or Ross Chastain or
I'm a big Larson guy, but even I'm leaning like I would love to see Denny finally get one, even though the shit he pulled Sunday was shitty, was BS.
Yeah. I would agree.
The other two outside of him that I would really love to see, Christopher Bell, big Christopher Bell guy. And I promise. Listen, I guess as a child I was a Gibbs homer, so maybe it's just fitting. I don't know what it is, man. I never loved him until this year when he's actually like just seeing him in a real contending car be good made me be like, oh, I think he deserves it. If Chase Briscoe won the title, I would not be upset whatsoever. He's had a really good season.
He has. And he's had the best playoffs of everybody. He's won a race. All top 10s. It's and he's got some really good tracks coming up. Martinsville and Phoenix are good tracks for him.
If he gets to Phoenix.
Now it'll also depend on if Toyota has the speed and can find the speed that Penske has had at Phoenix in that style of track. So Chase, when he's had a lot of success on those kind of tracks, it was when he was driving for Ford. And even when Stewart-Haas Racing was sucking, they would come
always
out
win
with good cars at Phoenix and some of those tracks.
Chase got his first ever win there.
Mm-hmm.
When they had the 3-wide finish this year in the early season, what was it? Bell, Larson, and who? Who was the third
at
guy?
Atlanta?
No, at this year at Phoenix, because it was a 3-wide, or was it just side by side? The Phoenix finished earlier in the season. Because remember, it was Bell won. That was when Bell won 3 in a row. He won the race, but it was like a photo finish. It was him, Kyle Larson, and somebody else.
It was 3 wide at Atlanta. The second race this season with Bell. When the caution came out, it was Bell, Larson, and
I remember that. Yeah, it was because that would have been the second straight year. But I could have swore, I guess it might have just been Larson and Bell. The first Phoenix race this year had a photo finish, but it must have just been Larson and Bell side by side.
I'm not remembering that being a photo finish. I gotta refresh my memory.
Let me go back. Phoenix Raceway.
The Shriners Children's 500.
It was Bell, Hamlin, and Larson, all within less than 0.1 of each other.
Really? Bell, Hamlin. I assume there was a green-white checker.
There was.
But yeah, now I need to find. I need to look back at that because I don't remember that at all. I don't really remember anything about that race. I see Zane Smith got a top 10 that day. Sure would have loved it if he could have held on to his top 10 yesterday. That would have been profitable.
He decided to hang 10 instead of get a top 10, if you know what I mean.
He was running 10th when the caution came out that really jumbled everything up at the end, and then they couldn't stop wrecking, and he went for a ride on his side.
Good one. I never thought I'd see someone roll at Kansas. I was like, whoa.
I was like, oh my goodness, that is we both we were watching, and then we're like, oh, caution's out. Oh boy, he's on his side. Oh, he's spinning. Oh, he's upside down. Oh, shit.
Yeah, it was something. Well, all right, my man. We did good. You did great. It was good to have you back. 6 days. Let's do it again, shall we?
We'll do it.
Educating Ignorance Podcast. If you ain't got your game, best pass the sticks. Thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. We'll see you guys next week. We're out.